Let's move on to some other stories right here on News Central now. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, most of whom are youth. According to statistics, Nigeria's population will surpass that of the United States in 2047. Now, this is understandable going by the data obtained from Macrotrends and Statista, which put Nigeria's annual population growth rate at 2.41% and the population growth of the United States at 0.12% as at 2021. While Nigeria prides itself as the most populous country in Africa, sadly, however, a huge migration culture known as Japa in the local parlance is taking away some of the country's best human resources. Bettina Willie tells us more in this report.
Japa is a Yoruba word meaning to run, flee, or escape, and has become a buzzword for the aspiration that young Nigerians have to leave the country and migrate elsewhere to seek greener pastures. Although migration is a global phenomenon, the rate at which Nigerians are leaving the shores of this country is worrisome.
After writing my post-UTME at Uniport, I beat the whole cut of mark and everything. Then from now till they brought out the list, and I was scrolling through, and I was like, what's happening? Like my name was not there, and I was like, I really beat the cutoff mark. It's not like I didn't pass or like I was losing few marks or something. So that was the point. I now decided that Nigeria is not for me.
I was stagnant. There was no growth. I was working remote job, actually, which I would say is even way better than a lot of people. But I mean, look at the environment, and a lot of times I go out, I get harassed by police.
There is no doubt that mass migration impacts the economy and various aspects of a country. However, the high cost of living, low standard of living, weak economy, social distress, underemployment, poverty, hunger, and growing insecurity are driving more and more Nigerian youth to the Japa syndrome.
The truth is that first time, I wonder where a lot of young people got that impression from and why that notion is. You know how it is the same way people feel that Lagos is paved with gold when they don't live in Lagos. So that notion is not true, because the reality is that everyone needs to know, even in Nigeria, in Lagos, where we live, anywhere you live at all, you need to go through processes. You're going to go to school, primary school, secondary school, higher education. You have to have some skills and something you are trading. That notion doesn't exist. And reality now shows that with the entire world going through an economic recession, pre-COVID, we knew there was a recession pre-COVID. And a lot of the Western world had to have interventions and everything. And so it's important that we begin to tell people, not just young people, because you find people 35, 40, 45 holding that same notion that let me just Japa, Nigeria is hard.
Some effects of mass migration include but are not limited to the following: loss of investors' confidence, brain drain, low economic productivity, negative perception about the country. Consequently, there is a need for governments at all levels to tackle triggers of mass migration such as poverty, hunger, and unemployment, and invest in the modern agriculture, ICT, and digital economy. Bettina Nwidi, reporting for News Central.